All right, good morning, everyone. Let's look at this week's news events. So we don't have a lot of news this week, but we do have some very, very strong news events, which is the FOMC. And then we also have interest rate decision for the Swiss franc and the pound. So definitely going to add the Swiss franc to my watch list this week. And definitely going to be looking at the pound base and USD. So on the dollar index, just want you guys to look at this from a longer or from a bigger perspective on the monthly time frame. Now, back in 1978, this low was formed, and back in 1990, this low was broken. And only back in 2007, that's when this low, that low was taken out. But technically, if you look at it from a long time perspective or a bigger perspective, we are in a downtrend. Now, currently, based on the monthly time frame, obviously, we had a change of character phase of a place way back in 2013. Then we had a break of structure around 2016, and then we had a new high that was formed in around 2021. Now, currently, this supply zone has not been taken out yet, so I am currently bullish on USD yen now, purely based on this over here, because like I said, long term or the bigger time frames, that's when you find your actual trend, if that makes sense. So based on this over here, we are bullish until we fill the zone, until price actually touches the zone, then only I will consider going short on this. So if we go on the weekly, we had a bullish close last week on the dollar index, and then if you look at the last demand zone that was over here, it didn't hold. So that kind of showed that that supply is now in control, and then it left this massive imbalance over here, which has not yet been filled. Now this is on the weekly time frame, so you gotta expect that price is actually gonna move up a bit more. So with that said, all of this here I believe is just a retracement, and then if you count it daily, actually you'll be able to see that all of this has been taken out right now is all liquidity. So this was all liquidity that was built up since beginning of this year in March, and we're finally seeing that liquidity being taken out. So the imbalance is currently over here, and then we have this supply zone, which could be where we could start seeing a reaction for some bearish momentum on the USD yen. But like I said, overall long term, I am gonna um, wait for it to hit that zone before I actually go to sell. But we'll have to see what happens once it hits here overall, and then basically react from there. So on USD yen, if we go on the weekly time frame, currently highest highs or at the zone of the highest highs. So this is going to be our external low. That's going to be our external high. But also this is our strong low and this is our weak high. So we're expecting the USD versus the yen to take that zone out until we basically get into this zone, or this push until there could be what would drive it up until that weak point. Now, also why I said it is because this order block over here is probably going to induce a lot of people to go short. And as you can see, like I said last week as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th week it's trading within the zone. So if it wanted to basically sell from here, we should have seen a reaction already. And a very similar thing could happen over here when everyone wants to sell from this point, or when price gets there. Or not just even that, based on this zone, most likely we also have a supply zone over here, which could also be the reason why this is happening, because everyone's going to be selling at this point, then obviously the market maker has to take them out before he actually shows us the actual move. So by going on the daily and we just map out these demand zones, okay, I think I mapped it out in the 4 hour. Like I said, just purely looking at it zone to zone and refining those zones and just following the trend. So this is definitely the demand zone to look at, which is not yet mitigated. The next demand zone which is not mitigated is the zone over here in line with this, and also lift a fair value gap. And also take note of these wicks. All of this over here could literally be a liquidity buildup, as you can see how price reacted over here. And like I said, obviously we are now within this demand zone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just map out more demand zones so that we can see more or less where we can continue this trend from. So this will be a demand zone. And consider this to be a demand zone. And here's one more demand candle over here. Now, also with that said, we also had that break of structure here last week. Indicating that we are still alive and well in this uptrend. So let's go into 15-minute. Let's see. Just quickly map out Friday. Today is the 18th, so Friday was the 15th. So that means Friday's Thursday, Friday, which means Friday's low is all the way over here. So yesterday's low, and then most likely this will be yesterday's high. So let's quickly go deeper on these demand zones and see how they map out. So this will be the demand zone, which has not been mitigated yet. This is the next one, it's not mitigated yet. Over here we have that liquidity. Where is this tool now? So I'm just looking for a specific tool. Okay, anyway, I'm just gonna use this. So that's that liquidity. Just gonna put it like that. So that's gonna be my liquidity zone more or less. And then I want to see price basically take out this low, or we could see a potential. Okay, so there is a support level over here, so we could actually look to go. Where is this thing? Sorry, let me just add this again. Okay, so as you can see, we are bullish on this. So definitely gonna look for some longs on this. Let's just quickly map out the Asian range. So here is 11 when market opened up until 8 o'clock. And then also price is breaking towards the downside, so that's another indication for our buys, because if price breaks to the downside, we look for buys. So Asia low, and then we have the Asian high. So basically what I want to see happen on this pair is something like this, and then basically target those highs towards the upside. So that's definitely going to be a zone, and then if this doesn't hold, the next support level is going to be at this zone. But we just purely going to be focusing on trend and seeing how price will get this. So that is USD yen.